Parenting Pause this week. I'm Leslie Potter, and if you're joining in for the first time, I am the creator and founder of Pure Joy Parenting. And you are welcome to go over to the website at purejoyparenting.com. Download a copy of the free Safe Seat process, because that is what we talk about a lot during this podcast, and something that will support you in your parenting. And today we're going to talk about it's all about me. When I recognized that so much of my parenting was about me and very little actually about my daughter, things really began to shift. Because I recognized that I wanted to teach her how to be so that I was comfortable. And that was all about me. And I really came to the conclusion that what was going on in me belonged inside of me. And if I really wanted to come alongside my daughter, I had to be conscious and aware of what was going on in me and separate that out from what was going on in her. Now, what I mean by this is that anytime I saw her behavior, let's say she wouldn't brush her teeth, if I saw that as a threat to me, you can imagine it all became about me trying to control her, get my way, all saying in the name that it was good for her, because of course she needs to brush her teeth. But when I felt threatened by her saying no to that, then it became all about me. And it was really all about her, because clearly she was feeling somewhat threatened by my request for her to brush her teeth. So once I was able to see that and really recognize that her not brushing her teeth had nothing to do with me, even though it felt like it did. It felt like I was a bad mom, felt like it was a reflection of me, felt like all kinds of things that were going on inside of me. So of course I wanted to control her and try to get her to brush those teeth, right? And I said it was in the name of her, keeping her teeth, and told her all kinds of stories. But the truth was it was really about me. And so you're going to play this week and find places where you find out that it's really about you. And the way you find that is to recognize when you are uncomfortable with your child's behavior, when you feel threatened by your child's behavior, emotionally threatened especially. And that will look like I feel disrespected. I feel like my child is backtalking. That's a big one. Excuse my voice here. You can tell I'm a little off today. My voice I'm losing it a little bit, I think, but I really wanted to come on here because it is all about me, right? So if you start to feel uncomfortable inside of yourself and then you try to control and force your child to do something, most likely it may be all about you. Now, this isn't permissive parenting, and that's what everybody says. Children need to brush their teeth. Well, of course, they've got to brush their teeth, but when they're resisting us and then we take it personally and we make it all about me, then that's when the energy gets very heightened and distorted between us and our child. And then we're not really even focused on the teeth any longer, even though we say we are. I like to say in Pure Joy, it's never about what we think it's about. It's not about the teeth brushing at that point. It's about an energetic charge. We feel dependent on our child to make us feel okay, right? Now, if this happens to you, one of the ways we work with this in Pure Joy is to recognize it first and foremost, recognize our internal experience, and do our Safe Seat process so that we can healthily separate out. Get clear on what's yours, attend to it inside of you. Don't ask your child to attend to what's going on in you. And once you do, you'll be able to come alongside and recognize, maybe my child is feeling threatened by my demand or my request. Maybe they see it as a demand. They don't see it as a request. They don't see it as me loving them. They see it as a demand, and it may be if it's all about you. So when we break this down and we start to recognize the energetics of their resistance, we'll start to recognize that they don't just resist. Children don't just naturally resist unless they are feeling threatened. Now, I'm not saying they are being threatened. Like when you say no to candy, you're just saying no to candy, but a child may feel like they're going to die if they don't get that candy. right? So you have to know that their brains are very young and that certain things like that they really want, it can feel really threatening to them not to get it. So we find other ways in Pure Joy to actually work with cooperation with our children instead of forcing them. And one of the first ways is to actually get clear that it's not about you. All right, lovies, have a great one. If you're listening on Monday, jump on over to the Raising Resilient Children Summit and hear my talk on From Worry to Wonder. You can find the link, I think, in the last podcast. I put it in the title there. You can just copy and paste that. Go on over and join and listen in. It's a good one. All right, have a great week.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Parenting Paused. If you enjoyed the episode, do me a favor and share it with your mama friends. You can also leave a review wherever you listen, which will support getting the Pure Joy message out. Come on over to the Pure Joy Parenting Practice Facebook page or join me on Instagram to hear more. And don't forget to download your free copy of the Safe Seat course on the Pure Joy website. And while there, check out the offerings page to go deeper in the Pure Joy work.